This time next week, Donald Trump will be a couple of hours into his second term as president. And more than a dozen of his cabinet picks will be on Capitol Hill beginning tomorrow for the start of confirmation hearings. Trump's controversial pick for Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, will really be the first one to undergo the process. His confirmation hearings begin tomorrow. Several Democrats have raised concerns about Hegseth as they look to gain more insight into his past, including reports of an alleged sexual assault, excessive drinking, and financial mismanagement of veterans organizations he ran. And there are questions as to whether all members of the Senate Armed Services Committee will have access to an FBI probe into the former Fox News host. Notably, on Wednesday, Trump's picks for Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Attorney General Pam Bondi will begin their confirmation process. We've got a calendar on your screen if you want to take a peek. And on Thursday, House Republican Congress Chair Elise Stefanik, who was tapped as Trump's pick for U.S. Ambassador to the UN, will have her turn. CBS News political reporter Shawna Mizelle is following the president-elect from West Palm Beach, Florida. Shawna, how does the Trump administration expect the process to go in terms of all of his picks?
Hey, Lindsay, it's great to be with you this afternoon. I think that really depends on just which nominee you're talking about, right? And so Pete Hegseth and Tulsi Gabbard might not have as smooth as a process of someone like Marco Rubio or Doug Burgum or even Pam Bondi, who Trump actually tapped to be AG after replacing and withdrawing that nomination from Matt Gaetz, who had a lot of controversy surrounding him.
So the president-elect has personally lobbied heavily for Pete Hegseth. We know that his nomination at one point was in danger, and then sort of the whole of the MAGA movement jumped in to sort of salvage it. Has it worked? Does he have enough support right now?
Well, that is the exact question that we're all going to be following very closely this week. Trump really has been very supportive of Pete Hegseth. He encouraged him to stay in the fight amid all of the controversy surrounding him. As you mentioned earlier, there were allegations of him having a problem with drinking, mismanaging funds related to the work he did for veterans previously, as well as his comments about women in combat. And that could really be a sticking point for one key senator, Senator Joni Ernst. Now, Ernst is a combat veteran and a woman herself. Now, we have seen Pete Hegseth kind of walk those comments back since then. And according to our latest CBS News tracker from our colleagues up on Capitol Hill, Hegseth has gotten a committal from 21 Republican senators, but there's a 53 majority in Congress with Republicans holding that majority, and he cannot afford to lose more than 2 votes if he wants to sail through.
Sean, I got to ask you, a federal judge just cleared the way for the release of special counsel Jack Smith's report on Trump's 2020 election interference case. Tell us what happened and why Trump's team is still so opposed to this, given the fact that the case has been dismissed.
That's right. Judge Eileen Cannon here in Florida cleared the way for this part of Jack Smith's report to be released. Now, this is only one part of the report. The other part of the report will not be released because it has to do with his co-defendants. But Trump's team, as well as those co-defendants, really worked to keep this report under wraps. And it really has to do with an attack on Jack Smith, his character. And Trump said he should have never been appointed to that post, actually. And so in a Truth Social post that the president-elect put out yesterday, he questioned why this report should even see the light of day, given that he said it was based on a, quote, witch hunt.
Shawna Mizelle, thank you.